What is up, Flockers? That is my fellow Lockers and aspiring Lockers. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you a couple of the different ways that I keep my locks soft throughout the week. So if you're interested in that, then stick around. The first thing that I will show you is the method that I use on a regular basis. The other two I don't use as often, but for my just regular throughout the week maintenance, I use 2 to 3 products. I always have my continuous spray bottle that I just use regular tap water. I know some people like to use rose water or different things in their water. Mine is just straight up tap water, continuous spray bottle that I will have linked below if you want to check that out. I also use Locs, the locking moisturizer, and I either use a DIY oil that I make myself at home, or I will go in with the Carol's Daughter Black Vanilla Hydrating Leave-In Conditioner. This one, honestly, for me is mostly just for smell, more so than for softness, but yeah. So like I said, after this video, there should be no reason that you're walking around with crunchy locks. Nobody likes crunchy, brittle, hard locks. So I'm a big proponent for doing what works for your hair. I know some people in the Microloc community, especially in the Sisterlock portion of that community, might say that you shouldn't put anything on your locks. And the disclaimer is, if you're in the very beginning of your journey and your loctician is advising you against putting stuff on your locks, I'm not going to go against that. But I'm a big proponent for listening to your hair and doing what works for your hair and your scalp. And there's no one size fits all for everyone. So I don't feel like to just have a blanket statement of nobody should be putting anything in their locks at all isn't going to work, because my scalp and my hair is just not set up like that. And I know there's a lot of people out there who their hair and their locks and their scalp aren't set up like that either. So it's important to listen to your locks. I am over 2.5 years into this journey. So at this point, honestly, after like month 2, I stopped listening to everyone else that was telling me not to put anything except for water on my locks. And I started doing what works for me. I don't use even a quarter of the stuff that I was using when I was a loose natural, but I do still go in and use stuff because my scalp and my hair does not do well with not adding anything to it. And yes, when your hair is locked, you don't have to add as much as you did when you were a loose natural, but I think it's very naive to think that you don't have to do anything to your hair at all and it's just going to flourish. And for some people, there may be those unicorn people out there that literally put nothing in their hair except for washing it whenever they wash it, and it's fine, but that doesn't work for me. So I go in with the generous amount of not Carol's Daughter, what is that? The Locs moisturizer, after putting in some water. All right, and then I will go back and do both sides. This stuff, I've been using it for 2 years now, and it has not caused any buildup at all whatsoever. It's white when you look in it, like you see it's white, but when you actually rub it in, the heat from your hands turns it clear. So it goes on clear. All right. And yeah, so goes on clear. I put that on. It smells great. And then, like I said, after that, I will either go in with my DIY oil just to seal all that in, or sometimes I'll go in with a little bit of the Carol's Daughter Leave-In Conditioner Black Vanilla. I just like the way that this one smells on top of the way that the Locs smell. All right. And that is it. And that is the quickest way and the way that I use most often, like I said, to get my locks soft as they dry, you know, because they're a little damp from the water, but as they dry, they will dry soft, they will dry moisturized. And this holds me over for several days, depending on when your next wash day is or how often you wash. But yes, I will do that midweek after washing, just to revive my locks, keep them soft. And then another way that I like to go in sometimes is with a hot oil treatment. And the way that I do my hot oil treatments is, again, I take my DIY oil, I'll go in and I'll put the DIY oil all throughout my locks, a generous amount. I'm heavy-handed when it comes to stuff, not overly over the top, but the oil that I make is very light, so it's not caking up or causing buildup or anything like that. So I will put that all over my locks throughout, and then I'll take a shower cap, put the shower cap over my locks. And then I have a portable hooded dryer that you hook up to your blow dryer. And I've done many videos on this on the past, so you can look at my HOT hot oil treatment video about that. So that's one way that you can get your locks really soft and moisturized, and that lasts for a good long time too, with those oils heating up while they're in your locks. And I don't put so much oil in my hair that I need to wash it out afterwards. I put in the same amount that I would put in if I were just doing a wash and go and leaving. So I do the hot oil treatment, do the heated dryer, the hooded dryer for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I go on about my day. And then the third way that I like to, but again, I don't do that one that often because it takes a good amount of time that you have to sit and let the heated dryer do its thing. And I don't like adding heat to my hair that often. And then the third way that I like to do, which I also don't do as often, but I also have videos on this, using a steamer. You can get a special steamer that is specifically for hair, or you can just use a cheap little $20 steamer that I get mine off of Amazon. I can link that down below as well. Use just a facial steamer or whatever that you use for your face or for your clothes, honestly. And you go through and you steam your locks and you add whatever you want to add. So you can add your moisturizers, your leave-in conditioners, your oils, anything like that. And all that is just going to open up the cuticles in your hair and your locks and make them soft, help them take in that moisture and hold it in. So those are the 3 ways that I like to revamp and moisturize my locks. Like I said, there is no reason after this video that you should be walking around with crusty, dusty, and busted locks that are brittle and just crunching, because the first method that I showed you literally takes a minute and a half to do and you're out the door. And then the other 2 take a little bit more time, but they're also fairly quick compared to other hair maintenance tutorials that you have to do if you have loose natural hair or something like that. So it's worth it. Let's get our locks looking wonderful, our manes looking amazing, soft, and let's break the stereotypes that people have of locks, thinking that they're dry, that they're unkept, that they're unwashed, because we do all that and we keep our crowns looking beautiful and amazing. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button so I know what type of content you're enjoying, and also hit the subscribe button so that you can join the flock. And before you go anywhere, make sure to check out some of the other videos that have popped up on the screen. I'll see you there.